Okay, for the first percentage strength problem, question asks what would be the percent weight volume that would result from dissolving 10 300 milligram clindamycin phosphate tablets in enough liquid to make 80 mils total solution. Notice it says enough liquid, and so we don't even have to worry about confusing the mils of solution with the mils of solvent. We wouldn't use the mils of solvent to calculate the concentration. We use the total mils of solution for that. And so we take this the total mass of drug, I'm going to divide it by the total volume of solution, and then multiply by 100. The decimal we get by 100 to get the percent weight volume. And that's the strategy. So we have 10 tablets. So not just one 300 milligram tablet. We have 10 300 milligram tablets to give 3,000 milligrams of the total mass of drug. This is in milligrams. We know that percentage strengths are, the default unit for mass is grams. And so we have to divide by 1,000 milligrams. 1,000 milligrams in each 1 gram. So 3 grams total of the drug. We'll divide that by the total volume of solution that's made. And that's 3 grams divided by 80 mils. The decimal for that is 0.0375 grams per mil. And then we'd times that decimal by 100 to get the percent weight volume. So 3.75% weight on top, volume on the bottom. For the next problem, we want to know how many milliliters of this solution should be used to provide 100 mils of glycerol. So here is our concentration as a fraction. That's 20 mils of glycerol over 100 mils of solution. And so when it's a volume like this, and mils on the top and mils on the bottom, it's good to label exactly what mils you're talking about so that you don't get those confused. The glycerol, the active ingredient, is a liquid in mils, as is the total solution. And we are interested in knowing how many mils of solution, the 20% solution, should be used to provide 100 mils of the active ingredient of glycerol. And so crissing and crossing and dividing both sides by 20 should give you an answer of 500 milliliters of the solution to get 100 milliliters of glycerol. In the final question, we want to know how many grams of dextrose and how many grams of sodium chloride are in a 250 ml IV solution. And the IV solution has 2 different things dissolved in it. It has dextrose at a concentration of 5% and sodium chloride at a concentration of 0.9%. And so this is the total volume for both of those concentrations. They are both, the dextrose and the sodium chloride are dispersed in a 250 milliliter total volume. One at 5%, one at 0.9%. So knowing that, we can set up proportions for each. 5 grams dextrose per 100 milliliters of solution. And we want to know how many grams of dextrose are in total volume of 250 mils of solution. So that's a proportion. We'll cross that, and X for that is 12.5 grams of dextrose. So that's one answer. And then the other question is, how many grams of sodium chloride would we get in 250 mils of the solution? So 0.9 grams NaCl over 100 mils of solution is the concentration. And then we want to know how many grams of NaCl are in 250 mils of solution. Cross, divide both sides by 100. X equals 2.25 grams NaCl.